Hello, Jason here coming to you on behalf of Aaliyah's Jewel, where we believe in empowering people, investing in empowering people. It was awesome to watch the creator work. I had said that we have to start conversations with individuals for us to get insight into the mindsets and thoughts of others, and it started almost immediately with a conversation that a young lady had about, you know, Jewish worship places not being targeted as much as Muslim and Christian places of worship. And so we started a conversation, and it ended up on reparations. And she said that she votes no for reparations, even though she has a Jewish descent. But this is where I had to express with her, we're not talking about necessarily um, right or wrong. We're talking about equality. If the Jewish people were oppressed and killed and everything in that extent and were compensated for that injustice, then that should be the norm. If Native Americans were oppressed, killed in an unjust way, and were compensated even to this day, that should be the norm. If we go over to other countries and destroy their lands and destroy their infrastructure and buildings and then go and pay and rebuild them back, that should be the norm. So I'm not even saying that um, reparations for African Americans is necessarily right or wrong. It's just fair. It's just. And injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So if that's the mantra, if that's the stigma, if that's the mode of operations, it's got to be the same across the board. Don't tell us to get over slavery. Don't tell us to get over Jim Crow. Don't tell us to get over them flooding drugs into our communities as the jobs left, and now overly incarcerating African American men and now women as well. If you contributed to the problem, it is your responsibility to correct it, or at least show a goodwill, faith, um, contribution to correcting the problem. That is why the Jews are so successful. They had capital to create their businesses. That is why the Native Americans have been able to create casinos and other things on their lands because of the capital that was there. Even during Reconstruction, when African Americans were creating their own capital, individuals who, just because of their skin color, felt as if someone darker than them should not prosper more than them, even though they were working to achieve it. They went and burnt down and looted and tore those cities down all across the nation that were flourishing even without reparations. So how in the world can you say that you would vote no to it when that's the norm even to this day? Go and blow somebody else's stuff up, but then we pay and refix it, but won't fix things here at home. Won't allow individuals whose um, predecessors and forefathers and matriarchs and patriarchs worked to create this American business model and regime. They were the workforce, and the things that individuals are still reaping the benefit from to this day, but then say that uh, we didn't do that. We aren't the ones that enslaved you, but your grandparents and your forefathers and matriarchs and patriarchs did, and it was never reciprocated to the black community the same way that it was for others. So fair is fair, justice is justice. So if we're gonna set a standard, we gotta live by it. Again, we will continue this conversation This is Jason coming to you on behalf of Elias Jewel, where we believe in investing to empower others. Have a great one.